And here's our babbling brook again. You can really see how close that house is now. And this is where our white trail comes out. Right here at the bridge. This even gives you a little base for it, a little step. Well, this one's not even as deep as the last one, but still, you wouldn't want to walk it without boots, or cross it without boots. And again, I just want to sit here and enjoy the babbling brook. Would be a place to do it. And here, we give credit to our bridge builder. Looks like Tommy Candelora. Troop 453, Eagle Project, December of 28. So that's at least how long this trail's been here. No idea how long this trail was open before they built the bridge. I just found this quite by accident. I didn't realize the town had a trail back here. Okay, so now your trail markers completely disappear because there's one laying over there on the ground and there's nothing here. But I mean, I know from experience it goes that way, but you can also see it does appear to be a trail going that way. That looks a lot more overgrown. So like I said, when you lose your sight of your trails, just walk a little and then you'll see off in the distance, if the camera picks it up, is the red rectangles. So I mean, it's not like the trail is marked so poorly that, you know, you could walk for half an hour before you see another marker and get yourself totally lost. I only mean that you may have to walk for a minute, or yeah, even less, before you see another marker. And it's just, you know, walk a few feet, turn around, look. If you don't see it, go back, walk in a different direction. You're never that far from another marker. If you lose one marker, there's another one less than a minute away. And there's our markers. And if you're not familiar with marking system, and you got two like that, it means turn. So as you can see, that's where our next marker is. So they're telling you to go to pass this tree and then turn left and head that way. That's where we were when we came down the hill. That's what we were on top of the first time. The second hill is behind us. That's the second hill we just came down. But the first hill when we started, where I said that was so steep, I consider it, you know, I can't consider it an easy trail. That's where that was. In case you're getting lost watching this video. Another muddy spot. And our last bridge. Again, gave you a nice base. Gave you some steps. And give credit to our builder. I'm not going to try pronouncing the last name. I know I'll make a mess of it. But it's Zach. Troop 453 Eagle Project, December 2018. So I'm guessing they did all the bridges as part of one project. I mean, you got to give them credit. I mean, how'd they get all the materials down here? They must have had to carry it all. I suppose they might have been able to use an ATV for part of the way, but there's no easy way in here. So all the tools, the hardware, all this wood, they had to carry it all in. Or they built it somewhere else and carried it in already built, which I'm not sure that would be any easier. But still, that was nice of them, however they did it, to build us a bridge for the community. So this isn't a babbling brook, this is barely moving. You can probably still hear the babbling brook behind us. And approaching us, it's a babbling brook, but not right here, it isn't. And again, not that deep. But again, too deep to cross. And again, if you took that first white trail I showed you, this is where you come out. See the white rectangles. So all we did was we started over there, walked up the hill, walked across the top of the hill, came down the hill over there, and then you could have turned right and came this way by following this white trail and cut out the other two bridges that we walked over. And actually you cut out all three bridges. And that small hill with the other white trail you cut, because you went that way, you cut all that out and you end up at the end of the trail. You'll link back up with the red trail going that way. So that's the only purpose I can think of why someone would put that white trail in, is if you wanted a shorter hike. Because so far, according to the timer on my camera, I've been doing this for 49 minutes. So that would easily cut your hike time in half, I would guess. Or you could also do a hike without going up this hill. You could come in the exit, which is this way, take the white trail, go the way we did on the red trail, take the white trail again on the second white trail, and come back out here, and that would probably, I would think that would also give you, that would cut your hike time in half, but then you don't have the hill to go up and down either. So if you got a problem with hills, you could do it that way too. This would be, if you have a problem with walking up hills, this would be an easier hike. Now we go through a very rocky section. A lot of rocks fell down the hill, or they all got left here by glaciers or something. It's a very rocky area. I don't know what the history of this area is, if it was ever farmland or ever used for anything. I find it odd, or maybe I should guess it was farmland at one time, because most of these trees do not look that old. So I'm gonna guess it was cleared at one time, or maybe it was cleared for logging. Maybe that's all they ever did with it. But I would expect a lot older trees. And except for the trolley line going through where the entrance of this trail is, I don't know, and the dump, I don't know of anything that was ever back here. And another video, I'll walk that old trolley line. That goes into Guilford, and it links up with Guilford trails, hiking trails. So you could, if it'd be a long day, it'd be an all-day hike. You could hike your way up to Guilford, hike those trails, and come back down here also if you wanted to. Or just what I'm gonna do, just take a walk on the old trolley line and just think about what it was like to be riding a trolley 100 years ago through the woods in a swamp, and how somebody, how they managed to find people they could hire to go in there with wheelbarrows and horses and build up the trolley bed, because it's all swamp, so they had to bring in a whole lot of fill to make the foundation to put the trolley rails on. I mean, I don't think you could hire somebody to do that for you today. They'd all want heavy machinery to do it. But they did it. I mean, I suppose they could use a work trolley car. You know, as you go along, like every mile, you build part of the bed, put the trolley line down. Now you can get a trolley on it, and the trolley carries your tools and whatnot, and carries the men in. But still, they would have been out in the middle of nowhere back then. It's not like you could just run to the McDonald's. There wouldn't have been much in the way of restaurants or stores back then. Not in this area anyway, within a few miles, sure, but not in this area. And I got to also do another video of the trolley line where it comes in from Route 22. The old trolley bed is still there. It's all private land now. You can't walk on it coming from 22. But on this side where the dump is, you can still walk on a little bit of it. That was also the original road for the town dump. And then, looking at a map, as far as I can tell, the trolley line also crossed over to Route 139, over by where the Dairy Queen is now. And I'm guessing it was part of the rail bed that is now run by the quarry. They took over that right-of-way after the trolleys went out of business, and they came in. So I also want to walk behind there, which would be where the old Historical Society was, and they had a baseball field there. I want to see if there's anything left of the rail bed